What are the roles and responsibilities of a site supervisor? In this video, I'm going to talk to you all about the roles and responsibilities here and give you some frameworks to where you can really zoom in and really understand like what these responsibilities are and how it can impact the site. So if you're interested in that, stay with me on this quick video. Let's start out. Site supervisor, that's an interesting term. Let me give you 3 different areas where I've heard this. Number 1, in Europe, they typically don't use the term superintendent. Actually, it's kind of like the use of WhatsApp or the metric system. Everywhere outside of North America, typically the term is site manager to describe a superintendent or a PM, and they typically don't use the term superintendent. So that's one definition. Site supervisor can also mean the specific supervisor that oversees the site from a logistical standpoint. And site supervisor can also mean that a foreman is specifically dedicated to maintaining operational control on site. So you're probably like, Jason, I wanted one definition. Hey, tell me what you're fitting that into and I'll help you with the definition. Definitely reach out in the comments below, but basically based on what I said, decide what you're talking about when you say site supervisor, and then I'll take you into the rest of the framework. And so I'm going to do that by answering some questions. Here are some questions that are most common on the internet, which I think will help us to frame this. Number 1, where does a site supervisor fit between foreman and superintendent? Well, if you're talking about the European definition, the site supervisor is the superintendent. If you're talking about North America and the more superintendent foreman heavy descriptions inside of construction, then the site supervisor would basically be pretty much right in the middle. You could look at a site supervisor like a general foreman. So the foremen are overseeing all of their scopes. The site supervisor is literally there to make sure that the deliveries and parking are happening well, that logistical support through forklifts and cranes and hoists are operational, that the site is clean, safe, and organized, that human and logistical systems are working well, that the site has water, power, and anything else that it needs to function, and that it's safe and that the traffic control is functioning properly. So typically it will be the superintendent overseeing the site supervisor and the foreman, or seeing the site supervisor and the site supervisor helps keep all the foremen together. Am I responsible if a crew does something unsafe as a site supervisor? Yes. In fact, today I just did a little quote on the Lean Superintendent channel that talked about just helping. Just helping is not in our vocabulary. And it actually annoys me quite a bit when safety people say, it's not my job to correct safety on site, I just consult, I counsel. That is the biggest bunch of garbage I've ever heard in my life. It is everybody's job. The business owners, the project executive, super, PM, site manager, foreman, safety professional, field engineer, worker, labor, anybody on my job sites, and they were very effective, can see a problem, correct a problem, and implement sending somebody home to get them to safety if anything is going wrong. A site supervisor is 1000% responsible for safety, and if something is happening wrong with that crew, because if you see something, you have to fix it. The person that's assigned to fix something is the person that sees it. How do I know if an area is ready for work and ready to be released? Well, whether you're talking about from a foreman level, and these are questions from the internet, or the site supervisor or a superintendent, here's the answer. An area is ready for the next trade. Oh, so good. When, and all of these have to be met, when the work is done, inspected, punched, demobilized, cleaned, and accepted by the following trade. And here's the key qualification here. And when the other trade has full kit to enter and finish the zone. That's beautiful. How much authority do I really have to shift the plan in the field? This is a tricky one because we need to move together as a team. And so if you're making big decisions like change the zone sequence, move over there, something big, we don't do those things in a silo. If we're going to change something major like the tack time, the sequence, the direction of work, how we're installing something, the due date or something, that's got to be tackled at the afternoon foreman huddle every day. But if there's a decision within a day tight compartment, meaning within just that day, and it's a small decision like, hey, let's have the forklift help here. Hey, let's go ahead and give you the hoist here. Hey, you can come in through that entrance. Absolutely. Absolutely. Here's basically the litmus test. If it doesn't really have a massive impact on other people and we can do it without negative consequences, make the call. If it does involve other people and it will have massive consequences, then we need to bring it to the group, huddle the group, or wait till the afternoon foreman huddle. If the trades fall behind, is it my job to escalate the issue? Absolutely. Just like in manufacturing and construction, we should be able to pull or hit or metaphorically call on the radio to hit the end on and be like, time out, let's huddle, let's figure this out. That's why I want all people on site, especially site supervisors and managers, to have cell phones and radios. Immediate communication to solve these problems. Absolutely yes. Now remember, there's no such thing as tattling. We're stepping on somebody's toes. We're not in a drug cartel. We're not in a mafia. We're not in a gang in East LA. Like, that's stupid. Like, we can't be like, oh, I don't rat people out. You know, snitches get stitches. Like, no. Like, if there's a problem, we elevate all problems to the surface for the benefit and support of people. So absolutely. And the last question is, how should I split my day? I'll give you a quick answer. Every day come in with a morning routine, join the worker huddle, check on key zones, check on the site operationally. I would always do the exterior of the site, fence, logistics, and traffic control signage. I would look at all needed systems, cleanliness, safety, and organization, and make sure that the forklift, hoist, and crane are operating properly with schedules. And then the other part of the day, I would solve problems and I would get out ahead of the work. So probably half and half between stability and planning, stability and planning. And these are basically the main questions that I'm getting on the internet. I think it's quite remarkable. Basically, the purpose of this video is to be quick and give you a base so you can take it to the next level. And here's what I want to do. I want to use this YouTube channel as a platform for you to reach out and give me your comments below. I personally respond to all the comments. And so please, let's do this. I'll turn this into a blog post for you in the description below. But let's have most of the collaboration be in the chat. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.